I am totally protected with a full facial protective mask. For those that do not know, this is the new style. You can still recognize me by my shirt. So, wait a minute, where? Okay, you guys are still there, okay. Can you see that? Let me get over here. Welcome back, everybody. I like funny. Let's move this up. Yesterday I went on I'm on a quest. I'm asking all members. They have unwanted sewing machine parts. Because I missed out on... Alright, let me take the mask off. I missed out on several big deals this year that fell through. I'm very disappointed. So I'm back to the old-fashioned way. Picking up sewing machines, one, a half dozen, a dozen at a time. Gotta do it the slow way. I gotta stop this thing from spinning here. Here we go. Gotta get the right knob. There we go. Alright, so I did go out yesterday looking. My quest was for look for parts machine. Well, my main quest was to buy dog food and cat food. That gave me a reason to go out. And I was like, well, since I'm out, I'll drive around town and see what I can find. So that's what I did. Looking for parts machine, mind you. I'm just looking for the broken ones because I have a showroom full of good ones. And I'm up to my ear with good machines. So I was looking for parts machines. So I ended up finding, oh, I don't even know how many. I made a video on it. Make sure you watch that video. But I think I ended up with, I don't know how many total there were, but most of them might have came from the same seller. Not from the same seller, the person who donated them. Because the places I went to yesterday were Goodwill, St. Vincent de Paul's, places like that, secondhand stores. Maybe they sold them to those places. But the couple places I did find them at, they were all, or most of them, appeared to be in very good condition. And I only ended up with 2 parts machines, and the rest went into the showroom. With my favorite one, I even got the manual here, and that's what all this stuff is. This is what this video is about. On all that, I don't know, 10, 12 I picked up yesterday, my favorite one was the Domestic. It's a tank, if anybody don't know this machine. It's the Domestic Series 153. Often missing the bobbin case and the possible cover plate. The cover plate and the bobbin case is often missing. Or fans. Alright. Here's a picture of it in here. This thing was absolutely beautiful. I mean, mint condition. Mint condition, definitely for the showroom. Beautiful table. Great machine. Great machine. Never have any issues with this machine. The only issue I ever see with this machine are missing parts. Parts that fall out of the machine and get lost. So this video is to talk about what I found in the table drawers of this Domestic 153 sewing machine. And what you see in here, ignore the stuff to the right of the dumpling bags in that box. Everything to the left of that there, okay, we could zoom right in here. Everything here was inside the drawers. We're going to even cut it in a little closer. And we're going to show everything in there. And we're going to end it off with those of you that are part of my main Facebook group. Know that I do post on I Like Funny, and I did one of the showing this and say I asked members what's inside, and I'll tell you what, Out of all the I Like Funny posts I've ever done, I can't tell you, I was rolling with some of these answers. Rolling with these answers. You guys, I tell you what, you guys are funny. That's for sure. Guys and gals. So here we go. It's going to be very exciting. Listen to that. Everyone guessed. It's definitely coinage. I can hear it. I can hear it. All I've done so far is take a peek in there. Okay? I've taken a peek, but I don't know. I just went, and that was it. I liked what I seen. Okay? So we're going to have a game on this before I post this video. And this video is going to reveal the answer. I might as well say it. And the way the game's going to work is I'm going to ask members on my Facebook group, my main page, and how much money. I have no clue what's in here. I know there's change in here, but I don't know what the amount comes out to. I'm going to ask the members to answer how much money they think is in that. Because I do like these giveaway games. And the prize is going to be, for those that do not know, I do offer professional embroidery sewing scissors. And this is a massive pair of dragons. These dragons, you can see the, let me see if I could focus in on the dragon. There we go. See the dragon? And it goes both ways. Beautiful. They got big finger holes, got plenty of room for cutting. I mean for fingers and cutting. Very sharp. Don't let the cuteness fool you. Very, very sharp. These come in, I believe, 6 or 7 different sizes. Currently, I'm sold out of everything except the giant dragon scissors. These are sold for $20. The next size down is $12.50. Those are all sold out. There's about a dozen of these giant dragons left if anyone would like to order one. But I'm going to give a pair away to the member that gets it answer correctly, or if someone doesn't answer it correctly, which may be hard to do, whoever's closest without going over. If you're over by 1 penny, you lost. If you're over by 1 penny, you lost. But if you're $1 short but you're the closest and under, you win. So there's the prize, and that's the game. Now we're going to go over everything. We're saving that for last. Let's kind of go everything, because everybody wants to know what else, you know. Keep in mind, when you're out there buying sewing machines and you look in the drawers and there's stuff, in many cases, through my experience, a lot of times what's in the drawers is worth more than the sewing machines themselves. I found, look at this right here, for example. See these thimbles? We'll go over these thimbles first. I have found sterling silver thimbles worth $50, $60, $70 each. If you know a little bit about silver, normally there's a marking on it somewhere. Not all silver has got a marking, but there's a mark of some sort showing who the maker was, and you can get a little bit of history. But on these thimbles, we have 2 number 7s. Oops, one flew away. They're probably just tin. We have 1 from Spain. This is vintage Spain. This is vintage Germany. We have 4 from Germany. Nothing silver, but still cool. These are well-made Germany. You know, they're just well-made. You squeeze them and they don't squish. Now, this one's probably vintage too. You know, the new ones, you squeeze them and they squish. These are not, they're not squishing. So even though these are, say number 7, they still got good quality. So that's nice. Right there, that's nice. All right, let's start with over here. We got some material. I guess you call them notions. You know, a whole pile of that goes in there. We got a cool vintage tape measure. It's actually a well-built Stanley. We got a domestic Magic Key button holder. I wonder if that goes with this here. It came with that. It came with the blue. These are really cool, but they're hard to ship without cracking. They're very delicate. Ask me how I know. So now I package those very well if I do sell them. They don't sell for a whole lot. The case themselves, people really like, members like those cases. They're like some kind of Bakelite or something. It'll come with this, it's stuck right to the wall. And it's just some kind of, I don't know, it's a pattern for something. I don't know what that pattern's for. But you could just push it right to the wall and it's stuck to it. Over here we got more material. Some thread. A cool like hat, pin cushion. Here we got, I don't know what this stuff is. Scribbles, fabric and craft paint, puffy paint, chocolate paint. I don't know what you do with that stuff. I have no use for it. Clear. Ooh, I can use that. That's a. It looks like it almost got sliced a couple times. A lens cleaner for sunglasses, I guess, and another paint. So we got paint. Over here we got vintage spools. See the wooden spools? I've seen them sell for anywhere between 40 cents and like $5-6 depending on the name on here. But I have no intentions on selling these wood spools. I think I'm going to use them for the treasure box game to add with other treasures. We got all the 153 attachments. They're all the top shanks. If anybody needs these top shanks, I'm high in stock. I did real well on a 2016 deal where I bought 4 giant boxes that I turned into 22 boxes because these boxes were humongous. We also got a couple things that did not belong with the machine. Like this slant button holder. Didn't belong with the 153. This goes to some slant model. Alright. We did get some slant needle plates. Slant needle plates did not go with that machine. We went over these here. We did get 2 pairs of scissors. I don't think they're anything special. I got a few of these kind if anybody's interested. Looking to sell them all. This was kind of cool. A bunch of giant safety pins. I'm going to keep 1 or 2 myself because they always come in handy, and I think I'll fill up some treasure boxes with them. Or some button bags, you know, added to that. That's always fun to get. What else? Little pin cushion. Little vintage pin cushion. We got some invisible zippers. Invisible zippers, I guess they're called. Little stack of buttons. Little stack of buttons. This thing right here tells what these are. I should know what they are. I've seen them before, but I really don't know what they are. But I'm about to learn there with that description. We have we got some good needles. These always sell very well. We got this is a touch and sew touch and sew. Say that 100 times. That's a big spool pin. We got a pair of snips. We got a we got a bobbin for that 153. That's what they look like. I do have the bobbin case, but I always like to pull the bobbin case out of that particular machine because they're known to fall out. So I pulled it out and I stuck it in my truck and in the front seat there, and I never pulled it out. But I know where it's at. I found this. I don't know if it's real or if it's a treasure, but it does look ornate and it does look vintage. I have not put my magnifying glass on it to look for markings, which I did. I got 1 of these cool magnifying glasses. I'm keeping this one for myself because it's just so cool. Look at that. Beautiful. I don't know what it is though. We got a vintage needle case. Y'all waiting for the good stuff, I know. That's cool. Some needles. This all came in 1 sewing machine table. A couple other cool things. We got a slant foot, 1 slant foot, a screwdriver, but it's broken. This thing's full of pins. I guess a tape measure, another bobbin, a cleaning brush. Oh, the glass that goes into the table, but it was missing the top. I guess they call it an inkwell. I pulled it out so it wouldn't break during transport. I did come with these, which I was looking at them close. Oh no. I would do a game, but that would just be too hard. Look at all the tiny seashells. Seashells by the seashore. Did I say that right? What did I just do at the top? There it is. Because I hate to see these spill. Shells. It's marked shells. Some material. Alright, a couple cool finds. These things that go together. It's kind of cool. But that's not what I was going for. I thought this was really cool. This is really cool. I like it. Appears to be vintage. But check it out. I know, it reminds me of like Indian crafting or something, doesn't it? That looks really cool. And this absolutely mint vintage Singer oil can. Look how beautiful it is. I think I'm going to add that to my collection. Yay! The moment everyone's been waiting for, including me. Let's make room for the money. Make room for the money. Always look in the drawers. I always like to look in the drawers because if I see what I like in the drawers, I can offer more. Give them a little, a fair offer. I offered like 15 bucks each for the mother machines because they were missing parts. Are you ready? Should I pull them out one at a time? I'm not going to look at them. Something's in a baggie here. Let me open this baggie and reach in the bag. Gold! There's gold! What is it? So, hold on, let me look at this. I can't see. Is this gold? What is it? A 2000. Oh, Susan B. Anthony, I think, coin. You remember those? I think those are dollar pieces. I don't know. Do you got to go for a walk? No? What else do we have? What is that? That looks like a Canadian. Elizabeth II, 1987 Canadian dollar. So there's about 12 cents. Canadian dollar. Okay, come on, let's go for a walk. Go on, go pee. Good girl, come on. Come on, let's go, we gotta do that video. Come on, this way. Come on, we'll go visit later. Sorry about that. Alright, so far we found a Susan B. Anthony dollar and a 13-cent Canadian piece, and a 13-cent dollar piece. And we have a bag here. And they all appear to be dollar pieces. Let me get my magnifying glass out. What is that? Looks like another Canadian dollar, 1987. Woohoo! Another 13 cents. Gotta be a way to do this. Another Elizabeth, is that Canadian? 1987, another Canadian dollar. Woohoo! I guess we'll really count those as a dollar because we're just going by face value. So for the game, we're going by face value. This is a, I think, another Susan B. Anthony 2000. I think they maybe only came out in 2000. What is that? I guess I was wrong. Is this the same thing? Looks like another. No, it's a little different. What coin is that? This came out in 1979. It's a 1979 $1 piece. I'm assuming these are not real gold. Not heavy enough. What is this thing? Man, oh man. Another 2000. Gold coin, I wish it was. Butterfingers, I'm so nervous. Finding dollar pieces. 1993 Canadian 13-cent piece. What did you find so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Woohoo! Got my gas money. Almost. This is great. So far I've only pulled dollars out. We have a 2000 dollar coin. A 1979. Another 1979. How come this one's a different color? One was gold. This ain't real gold, is it?